Committee on Fiscal Oversight will now come into session. Trey, please call the roll.
Senator Thompson-Rader,
Present.
Senator Brunskitter, Senator Searpoint, Senator Coleman, Senator Fitzwater, Senator Koenig, Senator Rizzo, Senator Roberts,
Seeing that we have a quorum, I now move that we go into executive session. Do I have a second? I have a second. All those in favor say aye. All opposed, no. We are now in executive session. I move that we bring Senate Bill 975, Senator Fitzwater's bill, before the committee. Do I have a second? I have a second. Senate Bill 975 is now before the committee. Do we have any discussion? Any discussion on 975? Yes.
Just briefly, I will say I didn't. There's some stuff in here that I didn't like in general. Or I think this is a big enough bill that most people can find something they don't like in it, which is probably a good compromise. But my issue is not okay.
This one is on. We'll let Senator Fitzwater. Will you give us?
Very simple bill. Has one provision, and it is to
I mean, I was interested to
exempt
hear
property
what
taxes
you got. What you
with
got?
child care facilities. So we put a joint resolution on the ballot, which maybe I think it's the first one on the ballot in November or August, whatever the governor decides. And it's to provide a property tax exemption for child care facilities. We passed that last year. This is the statutory language to allow that to happen in the event that passes.
Okay. Any further discussion on Senate Bill 975? See none, I move that we do pass Senate Bill 975. Do I have a second? I have a second. Any further discussion? Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Senator Thompson-Rader,
Aye.
Senator Brunskitter, Senator Searpoint, Senator Coleman, Senator Fitzwater, Senator Koenig, Senator Rizzo, Senator Roberts.
By your vote of 7-0, you have moved Senate Bill 975 do pass. I now move that we bring before the committee Senate Joint Resolution 87. Senator Koenig, do I have a second? Thank you. We have a second. The bill is now before the committee. Do we have any discussion on Senate Joint Resolution 87? Senator Koenig, do you mind to go ahead? Yeah, go ahead and give us a.
This would be some alternative language that we could potentially put on the ballot if we deem it necessary later in session as an alternative to what the pro-abortionists are putting on the ballot.
Any further discussion on Senate Joint Resolution 87? See none, I now move that we do pass Senate Joint Resolution 87. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Any discussion? See none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Senator Thompson-Rader,
Aye.
Senator Brunskitter, Senator Searpoint, Senator Coleman, Senator Fitzwater, Senator Koenig, Senator Rizzo, Senator Roberts.
By your vote of 6-2, you have moved Senate Joint Resolution 87 do pass. I now move that we bring up Senate Substitute Number 2 for Senate Committee Substitute for Senate Bill 727. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Do you have any discussion on this bill?
I looked up this morning what this committee is charged with, and it's to kind of evaluate the fiscal impact of these things on our budget. And this fiscal note, I think it's knowingly wrong by a factor of 2, maybe bigger. And as an example, on page 4, it talks at the bottom, it says, this makes the credit refundable, which it was not before. The tax credit's not refundable today, and it won't be refundable in the future. So, I mean, that is just wrong. It also says that if you look at on page 13, it says that the cost of this would be $45 million, the weighted average daily attendance. There was a Senate Bill 1378 that was filed this year, and the fiscal note was $227 million. This number is just for 1 year. This gets phased in over 5. It seems to me that whole number should be reflected on here, because if you look at the box on the back, it shows that it's going to go till 2031, but the number is just for 1 year. And I don't know. And it also the pre-kindergarten early ed, it effectively doubles it to 8% with no cost estimates. And I just don't know how. I'm going to vote no on this today, because my charge here is to make sure the impact on the state. And this, I'm a school reformer, but this thing, I have no idea what's going to do to the budget. And I just think in good conscience, I can't vote for this fiscal note. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator, and I appreciate you bringing up those points. Do we have further discussion on the bill? Senator Rizzo?
Thank you. Just briefly to sort of echo the same sentiments the senator from the 8th over there. I had no intention of voting for it today for a variety of reasons. There's stuff in here that I just feel like shouldn't be funded, but it's a little disheartening to see how wrong I think that some of the parts of this are from what my staff has gone through pretty meticulously and worked through. And I know the senator from Clay and him worked pretty hard in trying to put this together, and there's just stuff in here that doesn't seem accurate. Having said that, I also will say that there are some circumstances as Democrats in this building where we feel like there are some times when people make phone calls down to the basement to try to keep them low or things. I don't think that happened here, just so everyone knows. Like, I am not insinuating in any regard that anyone was trying to ever artificially keep this low to get it passed. I just think it was a poor job. And I get the quick turnaround, and I'm usually pretty lenient on how quickly we move, so it's really hard for someone to do that job, and I totally get it. But at the same time, when this could be hundreds of millions of dollars off. So I don't plan on voting for it today. I really hope that this grand compromise finds its way, but worries me the way that this was put out. So thank you.
Madam Chairman, just one follow-up.
Yes, please.
I
Senator
agree
Sokol?
with much of what Senator Rizzo said, but this turnaround thing, it seems to me that I don't know what the rush is. Why can't we wait for a fiscal note that actually reflects what the impact's going to be on the state budget? That's what I would suggest we do, is wait for a new fiscal note, because perhaps the folks in fiscal review just didn't have the time to do that, and I understand that, because this is a big bill, and it's only been a day or two. But it seems to me waiting would be the right thing to do, but it's not my call. Thank you.
Do we have further discussion? Any further discussion? Seeing none, I move that we do pass. I move that we do pass Senate Substitute Number 2 for Senate Committee Substitute for Senate Bill 727. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll. Oh, do I have a second? Second.
Senator Thompson Raider?
Aye.
Senator Bernstetter? Senator Searpoint? Senator Coleman? Senator Fitzwater? Senator Koenig? Senator Rizzo? Senator Roberts?
By your vote of 5-3, you have moved Senate Substitute Number 2 for Senate Committee Substitute for Senate Bill 727 do pass. I now move that we move out of executive session. Do I have a second? I have a second. Without any further business, this concludes our hearing. Thank you.